Hey Lourdes and Andres, I am making a quick video to go over the full analysis I did on all three properties today to find out which one is going to be the most interesting and beneficial for you. So to start, this is the 3-unit property we saw first today. I'll go through some of these pictures. So this one is split down the middle and then has a unit on the back. It's the 2-bed, 1-bath on this side, a 3-bed, 1-bath on this side, and then a 1-bed, 1-bath back here with the shared yard. I'll show you some of the pictures to refresh your memory. But this one I can tell you already is going to be the most competitive one. It's the one that's priced most competitively that I've seen. So we'll just skim through these pictures real quick. So let me show you why. This one, it's listed at 645 and it's got 2,115 square feet right there. And let's look at these. So I'll send you the rental information I looked up too. But these are the 3 units, the 3-1, 2-1, and 1-1. They're rented out for 1,800, 1,300, and 1,000 right now. I think that the reasonable rents that you could raise them to are about 21 to 2,200 for the 3-1, 15 to 1,800 for this one, so that's quite a big raise for the 2-bedroom. And then you could probably go up about $100 to $200 to 11 or 1,200 for this 3rd unit, and that's without doing any renovations. So already there's some some good opportunity for cash flow. This one also, I want to show you the DOM is days on market. It's only been on the market for 2 days, and Lourdes, as we saw today, there was a bunch of people there showing it and looking at it, so it's already got a lot of interest. The reason it's got a lot of interest is I'll show you some of these other ones, but so I already highlighted this is the address of the one we're looking at. So one of the big things that I look at is going to be price per square feet. So you can see right here, it's at 304 price per square foot. Sorry, dollars per square foot. And these are the active listings up here, and down here we've got sold listings. So sold and then actives up here. And you can see 304, it's the second lowest of the ones up here. And then down here, it's a pretty big array, right? We've got 225, 650, 279, and 482. The average of the ones who are active being 309, and the average of the sold being 409. I don't think this is going to get quite up to the 409 because if we look here, I can look here and all of these that say CS, it's closed sales. So these blue ones are closed. These green ones are the actives that we're competing with. So I can show you this one listed at 650, right, about the same price. It's only a 2-unit, and if we look at it here, clearly just not up to the same standards. If we look at this next one, it was listed at 735 and it closed at 695. This one I want to see it was on the market for 37 days before they finally lowered their price to the 695. But if we look at this one, I think we can see it's a lot closer to the quality that we were seeing in the other one. And this is 1,400 square feet. So while it does only have the 2 units, we can go back and look. This one, the one that we were looking at, is quite a bit more square feet. It is, it's got it's a 3-unit with 6 bedrooms, and I think it's just a much better value than that one that sold at 695. So I wouldn't be surprised if this gets up close to 700. But we'll have to wait and see if you're interested in this one. So again, with the numbers, I think the square footage is right about in the middle of these. The closest one is this 2059 that it's competing with, and the 5520 Northwest 7th Court is that one. We'll take a look at this. So this is also listed about 650. It's the closest competitor, and you can see this one is it's been carried a little bit more than the others that we looked at. And close on square footage. It is only a 2-unit, and the units are rented out for a lot less than the one we're looking at as well. So I do believe this one's going to get up closer to the 700,000 number. We'll go on to the second one. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see this one today, just the outside, but we did get those videos that I sent you earlier. Again, this one's pretty well taken care of. It is a single family home. You might be able to turn it into, make an efficiency or something. It's priced quite a bit lower than the other two we saw. It's at $489, and 5 bedrooms here. This is on the market for 87 days already. So I think that's important because, days on market is the enemy of a property's value. So I do believe this is priced too high. If we look here, they listed it back in January. Oh no, sorry, that's a rental. Excuse me. So they listed it for sale back in January. It's rented, which is why we couldn't see it today. They listed it at $490, and then a month later they decided let's lower it $1,000 and see if anybody bites. Taking this on, you would probably also be taking on the renter as well. So moving in would probably take back until next January until you'd be able to move in. But you do have the immediate rental income, and if you were to buy it, you could almost certainly get it for less than that, $489, if the seller actually wants to sell it. I can go over the numbers with you here too. So this one, again, I highlighted already. If we're looking at the one that's active nearby, it's got about the same square footage right here. And the price per square foot is, again, pretty similar. It's about the same. And they're asking, a little bit more. But, I guess they're down to the same price now. So, and over here on days on market is, they're on 70 days on market. This one's 87 days on market. Both priced a little too high probably, at least if they're selling it with a tenant in there. For the solds, which is what really matters because that's going to show us what the market actually decided to pay rather than the hopeful numbers up here. You can see price per square footage being about $325 for these, $363, $298, $300, $300. So that average price per square foot right here is about $316. I think if we were to do a $316 price per square foot on these, that seems a little bit more accurate. And just to show what that would be, let's do the square footage is 1504 times, if we were to do about 315 price per square foot, I think a sales price of 473, 475 is a lot more reasonable than what they're asking for up here. So we'll go on to the third one. This was the one that you liked the most, Lourdes at least. We'll go through some of the pictures so you can see there was a lot of parking here. They did have an electric charger on the side. I don't know if you drive an electric car or have plans to in the future. This one was done pretty well inside. So, a lot of updates, really well lit. This one did have, I'm trying to see if I can find the picture of it, the one bedroom that was easily turned into a studio or efficiency. I think I actually went past it. But, so, you wouldn't have to do any construction to have that one unit rentable, but you would be restricted to that, whereas that first one, there's a lot more rentable area in there. So this one's listed at $625. Again, it's 4 bedrooms, about 1,300 square feet, and it is just the one unit, but you could use that side bedroom as a second unit. This has been on the market for 96 days. So, for 3 months they've been trying to get it sold. Let's look at the price history. So it looks like they listed it for sale. This was a flip, right? So we can see this, that back in December of 2021, they listed it for $500,000, dropped the price again in January, and in March it sold for $430, and then they, did some updates. Let's see if we've got some pictures here. Nope, there's just the one picture. It won't let me open others. So now that they've had it for about a year, they renovated it, fixed it up, did a lot of paint work. They are selling it for $640 is what they listed it in January. Dropped it $1,000, like that's going to do a lot. Dropped it $5,000, beginning of this month, and then dropped it another $10,000 in just a couple weeks later. So the reason I think this one, which it seemed like it was the one you were most interested in, I do think it is priced too high, both because it's been on the market for 3 months now, but also if we look at the numbers, we can see all of these that I have compared, both in the actives right here and closed. They're all 4 bedrooms, all 2 baths. 2 baths for the most part. We've got a 3 and a 4 bath down here. But if we look at the actives, the price per square foot right here, they're at $465, and then they're competing with a $300 price per square foot and a $423 per square foot. Then the ones that actually sold, we go down here, the average price per square foot is this 350 was the average, and you can see this 346, 396, 315. So that's quite a bit lower. That's over $100 per square foot lower than what this is. This is one of the nicer homes in here, and I do think that it's going to sell above what these two are. So even if we assume 423 being the high water mark for this, let's look at 423 times, it was 1344 is the square footage. If it sells for $423 a square foot, it would only sell for $568, $570. I think it'll probably go for closer to $600. She did tell me they have an offer and they're waiting to accept it until tomorrow, in hopes that we're going to send them an offer. If you do want to make an offer on this house, I would recommend not much higher than $600 as the max, just because I know you're looking at this as an investment as well, and I want you to make as much money as possible on the investment. Another thing we'll have to worry about is the appraisal. Even if you said, Nick, I love this house, I don't care, we're going to give them everything they want, $625. I tell you that's too high, we shouldn't. But the appraiser almost certainly isn't going to value this at $625 anyway. So either the seller would have to allow us to renegotiate the price down, or they're going to ask you to bring extra cash to closing to cover the difference between what it's appraised for and the $625 or whatever you did decide to offer. So those are the 3, all the research I did on all of them. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'm looking forward to talk to you about this. And this I know this you'll probably have to take some time to think about these tonight. So I'll follow up with you tomorrow, and we'll see if you want to make an offer on any of these and which one if you do. But have a great rest of your night, and we'll talk soon.